Is there a surprise coming here?
Joel Fleischman Happy Hour Podcast, episode 144.
Jules with the bubbly.
Jules.
What's going on with the non-alcoholic,
I
Jules?
had a little dental work today, not feeling the alcohol, so we just switched it up today.
Cheers.
There we go.
Non-judgment zone. I'm just questioning. Thought maybe
Tis the season for dental
She's gonna say there's another baby on the. She's gonna say there's another baby on the way in like 2 more episodes.
Like man-to-man defense.
3 weeks. Next week it'll be another
That's
excuse.
the surprise. That's the surprise we were actually looking at.
Yeah, exactly.
So 144.
Yeah. Okay.
Jules is having a baby.
Yeah.
144.
Yep. Hard pass there. But anyway,
144 is like one of my favorite numbers because square root of it's the 12 times 12 thing.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
I don't know why.
like it.
I've just always like 144.
So fun fact, it's funny you bring that up. I love, when I look at numbers, I read a Stephen King book once. And one of the detectives in the book.
Who's now actually certifiable crazy, apparently, based on the things he posts. But anyways.
Probably.
Right.
I mean, if you've read any of the books, he certainly is. And was. But one of the detectives on there would like add up numbers, right? So like 1 plus 3 is 4, and then he would add the 10, and then 40, and then add this and that equals this and means that. And so when I look at numbers a lot, I'm like, do I like that number? Yeah, I think I like that number.
Really?
I like that number. Yeah.
What would Stephen King like?
Do you do that in license plates?
What's that?
Do you like add them up in license plates? at all?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
My daughter, okay, this is going to maybe not hit the masses, right?
We are down to 4 viewers. Everyone just jumped off the pod.
Everyone failed. I have a problem with the number 9. Like, I don't like the number 19 specifically, but I don't like number 9.
All right.
I'm a 666.
Ooh,
I try to stay away from like I won't set my cruise at 66. I won't like the sixes. The sixes I'm like devil's number.
Yeah, your Catholic soul feels a little.
Yeah, I like set the cruise at 66 and I'm like yee. And I set it at 69 and I'm like cool. I'm like no. So I set it at 70. I'm like oh, okay 68.
All right. Yeah. But so my daughter was supposed to be born on December 9th, and my doctor, because it's my second.
This goes way back. This isn't recent.
No, this is like 5 years ago.
Oh.
This is like 5 years ago, right, Clara? It was when Clara was
but
born.
I mean, have you hated 9 since you were forever?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I've always been like a weird with numbers like that.
I didn't know that.
So he's like, hey, second baby, we could definitely induce early if you want,
You're like hell yeah.
I was like, yes. So I like looked at the calendar. I was like,
found a good number.
Yeah. So it's December 5th.
Oh, well
Because
done.
I like a good 5.
For sure.
I like a good 5.
A good 5.
Look at you working that right.
Yeah.
I got to get you on a craps table or a roulette table. Have you ever done roulette?
I have only done it once, and I have done it. Oh no, not roulette. I've done crabs with you.
Yeah,
at the
craps,
workplace.
not crabs. We didn't get crabs together. We played craps together. This podcast is off the wall.
Is it or is it? How do you spell that?
CRAPS, craps.
I've never played. So.
Crap out, craps.
With the spin?
Nope, that's roulette.
Okay, then it's roulette.
Okay.
I think you would love roulette because there's like so many numbers every spin.
There you go.
And they just they have to pop at you because you bet on the number.
Yeah.
So you gotta stare at the thing and you're like 18's calling me. Red 18. Oh.
All
All right. Well, I could maybe do something like that.
And you bet
that
like on 5 numbers.
That might be me.
Yeah, Expo. We got to go take you to Oneida at the Expo.
All right.
Yes.
Well,
Okay, Jules, take this thing back on track. Off the rails.
Welcome back, Caitlin Stoll,
Hey,
People
thanks.
and Talent Leader, who has been on the pod before. We think back in 2020, so it's been a while.
What did you call it? From the Dark Ages, or how did you say it?
The underground.
The
underground movement.
Okay.
That was when
Joel's running that Google Meet.
Kind of, because I think it was actually.
I believe it was a Google Meet that I recorded.
Yeah, it was upstairs. There was nothing up here. There was just a booth in the back corner.
There was a stage too.
Oh yeah, there was a stage for State of Happiness.
Going back. Okay.
Yeah, we had the State of Happiness up here. We had the entire team up here, and they would not shut down for 3 hours to have training.
No.
It was insane.
Unreal. Well, so that's 5 years ago at least from there. So lots happened since then.
Yes.
I think it is good to note professionally, you recently celebrated 13 years at Drexel.
I did.
Is that a good number or bad number?
I love 13.
No, okay.
I love 13.
All right.
All the 13 energy, yes.
Yes, 13 energy. I'm a teenager here at Drexel. I feel really good.
So today your title or position is People and Talent Leader.
Yes.
What did that look like leading up to today? Like the different positions that you've held?
Can I explain how she got hired?
Yeah.
Do you know the story, Jules?
think
pieces?
It was, a little bit, bits and pieces, yeah. Did you kind of just like a walk-in?
Well, your version or my version?
We'll start with yours.
You can fill in then?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this is, 13 years ago, so 2012.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am working, how many hours do you think I work? Because you started right away. So how many hours do you think I was working? Like, including emails at night?
60.
Yeah, at least.
60.
Yeah.
I only guessed that because I've heard this before, and I've heard you say 60 plus. So
yeah, but you were around.
That sounds about right.
Was I ever not there?
No.
And I was there before you left and when you went home?
Yeah.
I was there before you came. I was there when you left.
Yep.
And then you get emailed me at night. I would email you at night a lot.
Yes.
Well, can't even maybe get into that. So anyways, I was working and I was running everything, and I thought I had to be in every email group, so I was getting 300 or 400 emails a day because I wanted to be in every email group because I just I'm the boss, I should be involved in everything, thinking I was killing it. So Caitlin comes in, and my interviews, still to this day, in my head, last about 15 seconds. I'm a first impression person, and it's really hard for me to stay committed because that's not a perfect science, but that's just how I am. So I try to stick around longer mentally.
Mm-hmm.
But I could really probably be done with most interviews in a minute. Like after the first minute, I'm just kind of like shooting the breeze because I don't want to kick you out in a minute.
Mm.
So anyways, I knew I was going to hire her and said something along the lines like, hey, when can you start?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And she's like, I could start tomorrow.
Yeah, that's correct.
I was like, perfect, come in, see you at 7 or 8. She's like, really? I'm like, yeah, shook hands. I'm like, she's a freaking rock star. She's coming in tomorrow.
Yeah.
Forgot to tell anybody.
Yeah, real true
So,
story.
like, let's say she interviewed in the afternoon. I don't remember 13 years ago, which was morning, AM or PM.
Uh-huh.
I just went on to my next task. The interview was probably 15 minutes long. Just went on to my next thing. So all of a sudden, I got 800 people. Well, we had way less than that. I had a lot of things going on the day she came in, and probably none of them warranted, or all warranted at the time, or whatever it was. And I'm like, she's like, hey, and I'm like, hi, you.
Yeah.
Like, I barely remembered her name, right? And I'm like, sit here. Someone will be right with you, and you can take up how your first day went.
Yeah, yeah.
You can pick it up. You can extend the story. Or
okay, so to
expand.
go back, how I got in the door.
Yeah.
Right. Jason Strobel went to UW Oshkosh with my
shout out to Strobes. Shout out to UWO.
Oh, UWO, yep.
Yep.
Hail Titans.
So my roommate Johanna, her sister Lizzie, went to school for interior design, went to college at the same time that Jason did, so they kind of knew each other. And so Jason had reached out to her because he was selling flooring at the time Brookfield, and had said, hey, would you ever want to work here? And she's like, I don't know about that, and then she had clients, and he kind of was trying to get her business. And she's like, hey, I'm not interested, but I think I might know somebody who is. So then she reached out to Johanna, who sent me Joel's email. So I typed up, right? You do all the things that they teach you in college.
Yeah.
You write
Make
the
this
cover
nice and
letter. You do the resume. I sent that puppy in.
And now they do ChatGPT, and it's all just bullet pointed out, and it takes 6 seconds.
Yeah. And so I sent that in. It was like a Thursday. Didn't hear anything on Friday. Didn't hear anything all weekend. And then on, what was that? Probably like Monday? Monday or sometime the next week, I got an email at 10 o'clock in the morning that said, can you be here today at 2? That was all it was. Joel. And I was like, yes, I can. Yes, I can. I fly by the seat of my pants. Let's go.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I showed up at 2, and that's like literally what happened. I remember. And then, so he was like, hey, we'll have you start tomorrow. All is good. I drove home, and I remember parking in my driveway and thinking, what have I just done? Like, what have I just done? What did I just apply for? I don't even know what I'm doing.
Caitlin has a 3D art degree, by the way.
Yes. I have no idea what I'm about to do.
She was a full-time barista at the time, correct?
I was, yes.
Right.
Okay.
So anyways.
Yeah.
So now take over the story. So you walk in.
Yep, I walk in. It's just, he had forgot to tell people I was there. So I kind of just sat at this front corner desk in Campbellsport. Right,
so not only did I
front door.
not debrief anybody, the second she arrived, I got pulled in 6 other directions, and then I just literally forgot that she had started. And she needed something to do.
Yep, so I read, at that time we had our playbook was actually a binder.
A 3-ring binder, a blue 3-ring binder that I personally made.
Yep, it was like this thick.
Yep, some of it was legal, some of it was just Joel's-isms.
Yep. And her name was Kelly. She came over, she gave me the book. She said, hey, you can just read this. And so I started reading it. She goes, okay, well, you're good with that. We're going to have you...
Kelly who?
What is her...
That's Simonis? Like a young girl? Oh, hi, shout out to Kelly.
Yeah.
Who was like a 17-year-old sweetheart that didn't know anything else either.
Beautiful
Part-time.
girl. Okay. Super sweet. Yeah. Just like awesome.
She's still
awesome
a supermodel, I'm sure.
Yeah. Super kind. And so she's like, okay, we're going to have you type of a Spruce ticket. She's like, you're just going to watch me. And so I sat next to her. She logged in with her ID on my computer in Spruce and just started typing stuff in. I'm like, I don't know what you're typing. I can't see the paper. But she's like, yep. And then you just press this, and then we're going to go over to the printer, and we'll grab it, and you can double check it. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, sounds good.
Kelly was probably 17. I mean, Kelly did not work here full-time ever.
No.
A little different from a formal boot camp checklist.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So then I finally, I think Caitlin, somewhat in tears, came into my office and she's like, well, what's my job? Mm-hmm. And I vividly remember this because we've talked about it numerous times, but I do vividly remember it. I said, so think of a pressure reliever, we're going to call you, because I didn't know. I'm like, so this Camel Sport Building Supply, which was the name at that time, is like this balloon. Mm-hmm. And you're there just to like poke the needle and take a little pressure out. Mm-hmm. And I just remember you're like, I can do that maybe. I can do that. So a little bit how our career then evolved in a little different aspect. Yeah. I think Julie needed help, right? We didn't have, and the human resource department did not exist.
Correct.
I never, ever thought that I could ever delegate hiring someone to someone else, which is pretty crazy now because I haven't hired anybody in years. Shout out to Mandy. I just hired Mandy for MRNC. But besides that, that was the first time in a couple of years that I'd hired somebody. So it was kind of, I just didn't think I could ever trust anybody. And I didn't really, I also thought HR, which is why we don't call it human resources. Shout out to anybody that is HR. I apologize. But I just always was like a corporate bigwig. We won't ever have HR. I can do this. I can interview everyone. I can hire everyone. I can fire everyone. What's the big deal? And I remember getting along with Caitlin very well and understanding her. And there was a couple of interviews that I just couldn't make. And I thought, I wonder if Megan can read the room the same way I can. And the person would leave, and I'm like, what do you think? And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly how I would have gauged it. And then she really didn't like it, but it was a really good analogy. Even though you love dogs. I said, you're like our golden retriever. And she's like, huh? And she was not happy about that. And I said, no, it's like a really good thing. I said, you are the most sweetest, loyalist, friendliest family person. But if you do the family wrong, you're going to bite their butts at the door.
Like you're gonna,
you're dead to me. Yes. I'm going to guard that door, and because family first, and Drexel first, and culture first, and you know, I'm like, I think you can do this. As really was our conversations, and she's like, well, what is it? And I'm like, and she's like, well, what do you want me to do for HR? When that evolved, which is like 8 years ago, 9 years ago. Yeah. I mean, we didn't even have an HR department 10 years ago, probably. Yeah. And I'm like, I have no idea. I'm like, maybe Julie Cora, shout out to her. I'm like, maybe take some insurance off her plate or something. Yeah. Maybe you can start interviewing people. Mm-hmm. We've come a long way.
We really have. I remember taking over insurance and telling some people that, and they're like, you're doing insurance? I was like, I am. And I have to say, you know, I know for a lot of people, they probably, you know, hear insurance, they're like, that's probably the driest, boringest, you know, whatever it may be. I thoroughly enjoyed it because it gave me an opportunity to walk. I got to go to all the different locations, meet so many people because of it. You get to personally get to know individuals because they go through things and they need help or they need to have conversations about things, and you're able to get to know them outside of just, you know, hi, my name is Joe and I'm a cabinetry specialist, or hey, I'm Becky and I work in ops. Like, I got to know them and their families and the things that they got going on and what's important to them and what's impactful for them. And I think that really, for me, helped shape my role as well as my understanding of what I could contribute here at Drexel.
And also what the team needs.
Yeah.
Like how you can impact their lives.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the cool, I'm guessing most people that would know Caitlin now find her very intimidating, very professional, right? Very on it. Like, you're so good. Like, you're excellent, right? I mean, Caitlin's like the GOAT. But I think you're so inspiring because 10 years ago, you were just figuring things out. And you've had to reinvent yourself. In our company, we've had so many heart-to-hearts, Caitlin and I. Tears have been shed where she's like, I'm a failure. I have no value to the company. I don't know why you're doing this to me, Joel. I don't know what the vision is here, but I'm horrible at my job. And I would always be like, I love you so much. You do so much for the company. And she's like, are you serious? And I'm like, give it some time to grow. And she would leap into that. But it's really inspiring to hopefully everyone that works here Because that's just where we were 10 years ago. We didn't have an HR department.
Yeah.
So if you think, wherever you are in your job, think where maybe Drexel could be in 10 years.
Yeah.
Because where we are sitting right now, and Kaylin, the person that you are right now professionally, I always saw that in you, but to say where we actually are, with how many people and talent people directly underneath you?
Oh, only 3.
3?
3. And I wouldn't even say that I mean, we all just work with each other. We really all lift each other up.
Okay, let's do it this way. How many team members were you supporting it in human resources, lack of a better term, 10 years ago when you first took the role?
None.
No, like how many people worked here?
Oh, how many people worked
like
here?
For insurance, like get a hold of
when I started here, there was like 158 people.
Yeah, so it's crazy.
Yeah, so sometimes when I look at the numbers, I'm like, that can't be right.
Yeah,
that's not right. I'm like, oh yeah, that is right. That is right.
Yeah.
But it is wild to kind of think about the trajectory of that, and I think that's why sometimes when I look at our commitment, like when we look at our Drexel commitment, right, and we find the most positive people who align with our core values, and we bring them in when passion meets talent, and I look at that and I feel I have like a personal connection to that because I didn't see that talent that other people saw in me at all. And so when I read that, I'm like, oh my gosh, that was my experience. That was my experience. Like that is something that's so special.
Yeah.
And now for the people in the talent team and all of our leaders here and all of our team members, we get to do that for other people. Yeah. Like that is so cool.
Yeah, you're like the beacon. Cool. You're like kind of the beacon of that. Like you really
I just think of that.
You're like the lighthouse for other people. Like I could be Caitlin.
Well, that was just like Mike Gullickson said in the last episode prior, was somebody just believed in me and like believed I could do it before I believed I could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that speaks volumes.
True story. Joel was like, hey, I think you should go, I think you could be our HR person. At that point, we were just dabbling in that. He sent that to me in an email.
Which again, like I sent everything in an email.
No, it's
like I would just think about it. Like at 1 o'clock, she literally, I think I even remember setting this. She was literally like 17 feet away, like 2 cubes down. And then you could be an HR send. Like all I did was type all day and hit send. That's all I did. And if anyone's doing that, quit doing that. You're not making the impact that you think you are.
Yes, I would agree. But I also understood like what I knew he was just kind of like thinking about things and threw it out there.
You guys, you and Julie and the people that worked around me got me at that time.
Yeah.
I wish you guys would have sat me down quicker and said, Joel, what you're doing, I get why you're doing it and how your brain works.
Yeah.
But no one else's brain works that way.
We did. We got there just a few years later.
That's what I meant. No, eventually you literally got drunk or something and you're like, Joel, quit doing that.
But he sent me this email, right? He's like, I think you could be in HR. And the idea of that, right? No one had believed in me in that aspect. Part of the reason I got into three-dimensional design and art and things is because that was the only thing that anybody ever said I was good at. That was the only, so I was like, oh, I guess I'll go do that. And my mom wants me to be a teacher, and I guess I'll try to be an art teacher. Yeah. And he sent that, and I was terrified. I was like, I remember my face got flushed, and I deleted it. I deleted that son of a gun. I deleted that. I was like, if I get that out of here, he'll forget he sent that. He'll never know. He'll never know.
Which happened because I would just be inspired and like, well.
But for some reason,
there was a 50-50 shot I was going to get it.
For some reason, you didn't, and you forwarded it back to me a few days later, and I was like, so, ... And I was like, oh my gosh, I have to make a decision, And so, and then that moment, somebody did believe in me, and they saw something that I didn't see. And so I literally was that first commitment, and I just feel so passionately about that, and I think that is so cool because as a company we do that for so many people. I look at all these open positions that we have, and all of these new team members that we're bringing on board who are fantastic individuals, and they're about to get even better, baby. With that commitment, and I think that's so exciting because then you talk about the development piece of that, right? Because I think that's part of the challenge. I think when you get challenged with something new is like, I don't know if I can do that. I don't have the skills for that. And then you go into the development piece, which is that, and you can do that.
You can.
Like how did I learn? I sat with Julie Korth. I listened to
tribal
things.
Tribal knowledge.
Tribal
in the
knowledge.
Worst way.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Passed on from generations of no ones.
Yeah.
Not that Julie's not a no one, but like how did Julie know? I don't know, just what we do.
Oh, 100%. And we all just, kind of helped each other out, but now...
Made it up as we went, for real.
But now we are able to give people some real, true development. It's exciting.
Yeah, that was kind of like, so that was then, like recruitment. Today, what does that look like? We are in recruitment mode. We are strategically growing.
Yes.
and we're really trying to educate everyone.
Okay, we
on
got like
this
7 minutes left, right, or 5?
Yeah.
If you are only listening to this, Jules and Caitlin have dedicated notes. I can see they've already schemed on this. They knew where they wanted to go, and we're not going there.
We're not. Nope, not today.
Because they had an agenda, and there's a reason she was on. And just so you know, Jules sets up the podcast. I come in blind, and we have talked about that. That way, I'm way more authentic.
Yeah.
So them two had really big things they wanted to accomplish today, and I want to talk to you about. You had a serious accident. I want to explore that for a second.
Oh yes, yeah, we can talk about that.
And then that's gonna take a little bit of time. So
for sure.
You were on your way to work.
Yep. ... Yep, I was on my way to work. It was a snowstorm.
Give me the day.
February 19th.
Oh,
19th, Joel.
19.
It was January 19th. It was January 19th. I just remember it was a 19, and I was like, this is why I don't like 19.
It was a 19?
Yeah.
That's creepy. You're going to die on the 19th for sure.
I know, there's something.
For sure. No, you're going to be like in hospice. It's going to be like February 11th. Your girls are going to call me. I'm like, oh, mom's hanging on for 8 more days. Don't worry.
Yeah, we got time.
No, today's the day.
We got time.
Like, nope, I'm pretty sure
she's
going to stay out.
Yeah, you got time to
She ain't dying on a 5. It's February 5th. She's good today.
No, I am strong. Yeah, it was January 19th.
She will prove 19 right somewhere.
And we were...
And at 19, you're going to be like, die. Today's the day. Okay, so anyways, 19th of the year of 2 years going on?
Yeah, it was 2023.
Okay.
And so there was snow, and I was coming down the highway out of Ashford into town, and I took a curve, and I remember seeing like way in the distance in the country road like a vehicle coming, and I knew it was coming. I could see that, and so I was going to try to kind of move over a little bit, right? Because you know when it snows, you follow the tracks, and the tracks were I had to get out of them a little bit. But what I did is I hit the slush. So I hit the slush, I slid.
We've all done it a million times.
Yeah, and I slid into the center lane. Like I had no control at this point. Like it didn't matter what I was doing at all. And so I did that, and I could see the car coming. I kept thinking to myself, I just gotta get in the ditch. I just gotta get in the ditch. If I get in the ditch, I'm okay. I just gotta get in the ditch. And I thought I made it. I thought for sure I made it, because I remember and again, I think God works in very mysterious ways. Yeah. I thought I was in the ditch. I thought I heard it in the back get hit. So I turn, and that's the last thing I remember. So I wake up, I look down, I can see that my whole like front end is just smashed. The dashboard is kind of like all tilted, and it's cracked down the center. The windshield's knocked out. My hand's all bloody. I look down. This is where get your priorities straight, folks.
If you know how like tough Caitlin is, she's laughing about this right now.
So I look at my leg, and I'm like, I instantly knew my left leg was broken. Like there was like a big bump. Like it's an extra knee.
Yeah.
And I can't feel anything from the waist down. I know I'm not paralyzed. Like you just know.
Yeah.
I knew I wasn't paralyzed, but I just couldn't do anything. And I remember thinking, oh no, this is gonna slow me down. How am I gonna I'm gonna have to go to work every day with crutches, like, oh my God, Yeah. I'm like, I don't have time for this. I got a haircut tonight. I gotta hire Brock. I got we have tons of openings. At that point we had a lot of openings because we had the QB training camp for the first one getting ready.
We always have a lot of openings.
Yeah.
Caitlin's been telling me for 10 years that we almost caught up on hiring.
Yeah.
Almost.
That's been a thing.
Yeah.
Joel, but we need a lot of people we need a lot of people right now. And I'm like, yeah, okay, that's been going on. Yeah. But anyways, keep going. Okay.
So, I'm just like kind of like panicked, and I only woke up because the police officer was banging on my window. He's like, wake up, you got to get up, wake up, stay with me. And I was just like kind of coming in and out of it. It was Kieran Weed. I believe.
Shout out.
Yeah, I believe one of the Weed family members is one of our customers.
Yeah, Mitch.
Is super sweet.
Jordan. Mitch and Jordan.
So he's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah. I'm like super concussed.
Yeah.
Right? So he's kind of talking to me, kind of in and out of it. He's like, you got to stay up. You got to stay awake. And I'm like, is the other person okay? He's like, I can't tell you. At this point, I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to jail. Right? Like my worst case scenario. Like I just truly hurt someone. Yeah. And so then they come around to the other side. They're like, hey, you're stuck in your car. We have Jaws of Life coming. I'm like, okay. And I was like, well, my door, I can open my door. They go, your door's locked.
You're like, is that necessary? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
And I go to like unlock the door. And they're like, no, it's locked. I was like, okay. So I relocked it, like super concussed. Like, okay, I better relock it, do what it was, So I'm sitting there, and so I see Jeff Lindsley. And which
has been a customer here forever. For
Jeff Lindsley, for the rest of my life, will be a true angel, like incredible human being. Yeah. He was the only person in that moment that I had any resemblance of knowing someone, right? I'm not from the area. I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody at all. So there's all these people running around. And he's the only one that I sort of recognized from working in Campbellsport and coming in. And I was like, Jeff, and he held my hand the whole time. Whole time. Wow. And I was so, so thankful for that moment because I never felt more alone and on my own. It was terrifying because I didn't know if I had what I had done to somebody. I didn't know what was going on. So you get the jaws of life. They cut the door off, and I remember them throwing my door and I remember I was like, hey, I need that. Thinking I'm going to put my car back together, right? Super concussed. And Jeff is still holding my hand because somebody had gotten in the back seat and held my hand while they were doing it. And then they were like, all right, we're going to pull you out. They're like, this is going to hurt. And I think that's what I knew. I was like, this is it. This is where it's going to hurt because I didn't realize what had happened.
Yeah,
right?
Now it's coming. Now it's like, this is going to get real right now.
Because they grab you. I mean, it's not like you got anything, and they just grab you. And I remember I had these really heavy snow boots on because it's snowing, and they pulled my legs, so my legs were dangling, and it was just with all the breaks. Yeah, it just hurt so bad, and so got in the ambulance. I apparently got really hysterical because I was so scared that I had killed someone. I thought I truly had killed somebody, and I was terrified that I had done that. I had hurt somebody, and I was hysterical, and they gave me something, and I was out like that.
So we were shutting her down.
Because they couldn't get me.
Right.
Because I started to no, you don't understand. That's someone's husband, dad, whatever. But then, I woke up in the hospital, and I remember looking up at my mom, and I didn't recognize it was my mom at all. I didn't know who she was. I was just like, huh? And then kind of slowly your memories start coming back, and she's like, you're going to be okay, and and
so how has your life changed?
How has my life changed?
That's that was a really, really hard thing God gave you. How did it form you?
How did it form me? I think what it did for me was, and I've told you this, it was the worst, best thing that's ever happened to me in my life. It was the worst, best thing, right?
That's what God does.
It was so hard in a lot of ways, having to learn to re-walk again. Not being able to just do things that you wanted to do. Not being able to pick my kids up. My kids couldn't sit by me. I couldn't do anything. You're just completely, you're almost watching life happen without participating in it.
Which, if you know Caitlin Stoll, 4-time state champion for Waupun volleyball. Caitlin knew I would get that in. She's an extremely high performer. Yes. So God just shut her down.
Yes.
So what? Yes. So what was? Keep going. What was your takeaway?
And so and I just was like, oh my gosh, and I look back at when I woke up in that car, and the reason that stands out to me is that was my thought, is letting other people down that were, I was worried that it would look bad that I missed my haircut. It would look bad that I was late for work. I was worried that, it
was what people thought of you, even more so than the impact on them. It was more of, what are people going to think?
Correct.
It was a very selfish thing of an outside influence versus inside influence.
And and it really made me realize I need to focus on the things that matter. It really helped me prioritize things in my life on what matters and what needs to be taken care of first, right? When we talk about taking care of your family, I wasn't showing up at home. I looked back and I was like, wow, I was not showing up. I fit in family around work or around other things that I thought were more important, and that's just not the case. You can't. That's not sustainable. And that
it is. People do that for their whole life.
100%.
It's sustainable.
But you had a
fortunate wake-up call.
100%. And so helping me to understand, okay, family's first. No, I'm God. What's really sad is I actually told somebody this. This is so embarrassing to even say, but I was so busy leading up to that Christmas, I forgot what truly Christmas was for. I was like, okay, I got to make this. I got to get these presents. I got to wrap this. I got to get this under the tree. Okay, we got to be at Aunt Betty's by this house by this time. We got to go over here. We got to do this. And you forget what the purpose of what you're doing.
Everything has to be perfect. Yeah, that's. I mean, you're very a perfectionist that way.
Yeah, and
high achiever. It's a very high achiever weakness.
And it made me realize, like, okay, like, no, Christmas is about the birth of Jesus, right? It's about that gift.
Yeah.
Like, we have to stop for those moments. Like, the rest of it will be what it's going to be. You know, like the presents are still going to get wrapped.
That's pretty cool.
All of that, you know, like that stuff. Cool. That's the stuff that matters, and I think that helped then translate into work as other people come in and they kind of go through those similar challenges of taking on new things and growing in their role, and it's like no, like learn from experience.
Yeah,
you got to build some space in that calendar.
That's the
nope. You got to go now. You got to do these things.
I appreciate that.
Thank God it's Monday. We get to, you know, we don't have to.
100%.
Let's move on to the billboard.
Yeah. What's your billboard message, Kate?
My billboard.
That was amazing, by the way. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you for taking us through
that. I would say be someone's good memory. You know, like I think just reminding people of what can you provide for them. And sometimes good memory, you know, I think of, again, I'll go back to Jeff Lindsley, right? Very extreme situation, but Jeff will always be in that terrible moment such a beautiful memory and moment for me. Like truly from the bottom of my heart, it is incredible. It's incredible to just provide that much comfort to somebody when you don't really know them.
Yeah.
And you don't really say anything. He never really said anything, but he was there. And also just those, you know, sometimes being a good memory doesn't mean necessarily that you're just like, oh, everything's going to be okay. It's rainbows and, you know, butterflies. Yep. Sometimes it's giving that tough love, having that tough conversation of like, you need to relax. You need to take care of yourself. You need to do these certain things. Yeah. I think those are important things for people to kind of remember. Yeah. And I think the more you kind of have those moments to see it and think about it, it's good.
Oh, I love you, Caitlin. Yeah, be somebody's good memory.
Yeah.
Episode 144, Peace and Love, out.
Woo-hoo.